Session today. This is the Tukul School, and I'm your host, John Ngong. Today, we really appreciate your time, guys. Thank you for joining us. And I see people are joining us from Bor, people joining us from Baril Gizal, people from Juba, and I think we also have many people joining from, hey, I can see Santino there joining from a wheel. So thank you everyone for the time, and you are most welcome. This is our space, by the way. Tukul School is for us, meet here, talk, share our stories, and actually connect. Like, you guys can become friends right now. There's a Tukul community already. Yeah, we have a Tukul community already. So feel free to reach out to the members. We also have our page. So remember to like our page, Tukul School, and join our Facebook group also, Tukul School group. And we have a YouTube channel. It's called the Tukul School too. So feel free to I'll share the link later in the chat here. Feel free to join in. And then you are part of the community. Yes. And today we have our guest, and I'm going to welcome her in a minute. Guys, put your hands together for Juliana Adut. Juliana, hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Good evening, guys.
Good evening. Thank you, Juliana, for joining us.
I hope I'm loud and clear.
Yes, I can hear everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you are loud and clear, please.
Okay, that's amazing, man.
Thank you, Juliana. You are most welcome, and we really thank you for finding the time today to come join us in our Tukul session. And as you can see, we are here ready to listen to you, and it's going to be an interaction, by the way. So as you speak to us, we also get the chance for the audience to speak back to you, and it's going to be like an interactive session. Guys, if you want to raise something, there's a chat box right there. Raise your point. If you also want to ask later, when we are going to give the chance for the audience to interact with Juliana, you also raise your hand and we'll give you a chance to speak to her. How about that? I hope that's going to be good with everyone. So, Juliana, we welcome you on board. Would you like to say hi one more time to the audience and maybe introduce yourself a bit? Please take it over.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mom, for having me here tonight. To the audience, my name's of Juliana Adut. That's how they call me on Facebook. But then my official names are Adut Mogul. And from the content as he posted, today you are going to listen to a story of a young South Sudanese who was born to different ethnic groups, like different tribes in South Sudan. So my dad is a Dinka. You know, when somebody hears the name Adut Mogul, they'll just know that this lady is a typical Dinka. But then there's something funny about it. Yeah, it's funny when I tell people I'm called Adut Mogul, they'll look at me.
Okay.
You know, I start blushing because I know what's coming up next is beyond my power. So my dad is from Upper Nile. I'm from Akoga, and my mom is a Bari from Lobonok. There's these two different tribes, and my mom's mother is from Pojulu, that is from Lana County. So
wow.
You know, like into three tribes, you know.
Three communities, right? Yeah.
I'm a Bari, I'm a Pojulu. So it's funny. It's not easy being that, you know. You know the Dinkas, they tell you that, okay, when I tell them I'm called Adut and I don't speak my language, they'll be like, hey, how comes you own this name Adut and you can't speak your language? So sometimes I find it hard. Sometimes I feel myself isolated. Sometimes I feel humiliated, actually. Because when I tell somebody this, they'll be like, no, children of these days, like children of this sanctuary, they're this and that. They don't want to, they pretend like they don't know their language. They pretend like they don't want to get exposed to their cultures. You know, they call us lost cultures. Like we don't know our culture. Something
All
of
right.
that kind.
Thank you, Juliana, for that background and then for the introduction there. Maybe in the group here, actually, there might be somebody who shares the same experience. And I think that's why we may be right, actually, to say today we give a special session, we throw a special session to these unique South Sudanese whose parents come from different ethnic communities. You know, we are like 64 ethnic communities here in South Sudan, but then sometimes, you know, we are like, hey, my name is John Ngong, I'm from this community, and I stop there. But now it's dawning on us that there is actually like the third category. It's not just Dinka and Dinka only. It's not only Bari only.
Yeah.
No, it could be there's a new category in the middle. So so Juliana, thank you for for being open to us today, like sharing your experience. I think we'll just dive into the conversation and we talk to you, right? So Juliana, how, if I may just ask like a random question, how good are you in Tumwanjang and also in Bari or maybe any other language?
You're supposed to say how poor are you, not how good are you. Because Tongmonjang, I can, this Tongmonjang are different. Like where I come from,
Mm-hmm.
they speak somehow different from the rest.
Uh-huh.
Boreans speak different.
Yes.
Awilians speak different. These are
Uh-huh.
guys from Gombe differently, actually,
Mm-hmm.
according to my analysis.
Exactly.
I can hear Tongmonjang
Mm-hmm.
from outside. I can hear, not that perfectly, not that like a fluent one, but I can hear some things, and I can speak, but not fluent. Yeah.
Okay.
And the Bari language I also speak. I speak, but not that fluent.
Uh-huh.
And I also listen to. Yeah.
Okay.
But Bari is also differ. You know, these cuckoos,
Uh-huh.
the Pogulos,
Uh-huh.
the Kapuas, they also differ. They're just like the Dinkas, but then they differ. Like there are some terms you cannot listen to. Yeah, it's hard to understand. Yeah.
Okay. So Juliana, if I were to speak to you in Tumwanjang, would you be like as fast as I would be? I trust myself that I speak pure Tumwanjang, man. Or would you feel, what did you say? And
You
what do you
trust
mean by
yourself, you
that?
speak. Okay, no, I'll not ask you like if I get what you said, it will take me time to respond to you because I'm trying to put up the words together in order to say it at once. Because I don't want to embarrass myself. Like okay, I can say, hey, Ngong, I know Tongmonjang. You speak to me anything in Tongmonjang, I can respond to you. You know, it's not something to brag about because I know I'm not that perfect in it, and I don't want to brag about it because when you tell me this and I keep quiet for some minutes, you just know that this one is just bragging for nothing. Well, he doesn't know anything. Yeah.
And by the way, you know, when like my experience, when I talk to somebody, I want this person also to pick up the conversation at the same frequency. Like I talk back, we talk back, and we converse, and the conversation grows. But now, if for example, I just begin to speak to you in the Monjang or maybe speak to you in Bari, and you know, given your condition, you might be slow, and then you want to get like, what do you mean by that, and what is the meaning of that? Do you fall into a situation where somebody accuses you of being like, this lady is slow and she's generally not good at conversations, you know? Do you feel, do you have those kind of experiences?
You know, that thing happened to me like at the time I left from here to my village. I had my grandmom. She doesn't know Arabic. The only language she knows is Arabic. Yeah.
Yes.
And me, then I didn't know anything. Like, to be honest, I didn't have any word in my mouth like to say to talk to her in. So we could be left alone in the room. She really wants to talk to me, and I really want to talk to her, but not the language. Which language will I use to talk to her?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we started using like sign languages. She tells me when she wants to tell me something, she will say it in Tongmonjang. Then she will use her hand to describe what she really meant, or she can take something to tell me, this is what she meant.
Okay.
So it became so hard. Like I was giving her a hard time. She's at that old age, and she was doing all that she could just to make me understand her. Like,
was she disappointed that her grandchildren cannot speak to her in Tumwanjang? Or what was it like for her?
She wasn't disappointed, and she never gave up.
Okay.
At least by the time I left from the village coming back to Yuba, I picked up some things. I could even I go because I really wanted to make her happy. I can go to the neighborhood and I tell my age mate, like the girls, oh, teach me what is this? okay, there's some guys who speak Arabic. I can go to them, I'll be like, okay, you tell me, what is this called in Monday? So I could come home and surprise her, and she was very amused, she was very happy because I was trying to learn just to amuse her, just to make her happy, like to make the conversation smooth between us. And yeah.
Good.
So the time I came back from there, I could speak some Monday.
Okay, let me test your Tomonjang, and I'm also going to test your Bari language. So you say, I'm going to the market and I'm going to buy sugar. Can you say that in Tomonjang?
Oh my goodness. You're going to the market to buy sugar?
Like, yeah, you say, I'm going to the market and I'm going to buy sugar.
No.
Okay,
don't say that.
Okay, what about in Bari? Can you say that also in Bari?
No. Are you?
Okay, give me one word in Bari. Give me one word that you speak in Bari.
Just tell me anything. Like you, Julie, you try to speak to me the ones you know. Don't give me hard things now.
Okay, so okay,
yeah.
give me like one word in Bari. Give me one word in Bari.
Let me just do introduction from Monjang and in Bari.
Okay, yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to tell my name in Monjang, like Anchola. Okay. Ian Anchola Adut Maguel. Anyana Yan Dongjong, Mina Coca, something. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. In Bari, I can't say it. I'm really, I can't say it. It's
okay.
Really hard.
No. Say just a line in Bari. It doesn't need to be a complicated thing. Like, just one line.
Just one line.
Yeah.
No. Really? No.
Okay.
That's not good.
Okay. Good. No.
Yeah.
Give us one if you have it now.
No.
Okay, maybe there's somebody speaker in this group. It would be good to really put Juliana to test.
Yeah. That will come later on.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, now Juliana, if you for example struggle with both languages, trying to speak and interacting with people, do you sometimes feel you are missing out on some things? Maybe there is an event, let's say there's a Bari wedding happening and your friends request you to join them, and sometimes you will be like, hey, if I go there and I don't speak Bari, how am I going to fit in? Or maybe it would be like a Dinka wedding and they invite you and be like, if I go there, how do I even speak to people? Any experiences around this?
By the way, let me start with the Dinka part. Last month it was my cousin's wedding and I was invited for it. Yeah.
Okay.
I was invited to go there. But I told them, you guys, I can't make it there because I don't speak the language. When I go there and they know that I'm the cousin to the bride, they'll start speaking to me in Monjang. And if I don't respond, they'll be like, no, I'm just bugging. I don't want to speak the Monjang because I feel like I'm cultured or something of that kind.
Okay.
So I declined. I didn't go for it because I know if I go there, I'll get humiliated. I'll get disappointed because people will talk shit on you. There are people can talk near you. They don't know that you care, but somehow I get them, but I can't say it because I don't speak the language. So how will I tell them, you poor, why are you talking bad about me? Because they know I don't speak the language. That's why they're talking about me.
and was your cousin the person that had the wedding that day? Was she disappointed that you did not show up and that you don't want to be like part of the community? Any feedback from her or him? Yeah.
Okay. I was with her the whole day before the wedding kicked off. I was with her the whole day.
Okay.
I went to her, I explained to her everything, and I had to give an excuse, like I have something really urgent to do at home. I can't make it to a wedding, so she had to permit me to go. So that was the excuse I got from there. Yeah.
And are you not missing out on some things? When we go to these events, it's everything. We go there, we meet people we can date, we meet people we can do business with, We need people we can be friends with. So if you miss these events now, are you not missing out on big things?
Okay, there are events I can go to.
Uh-huh.
There are events that I can go to, like maybe some inauguration parties. Yeah,
Yes. Uh-huh.
I know there are some mix of language, but
Yeah.
then things like wedding, the
Uh,
lady is a Dinka and the groom is a Dinka, so there's
uh,
nothing, just Monjang from the start to the end. So I'll just be lost. People are laughing. I'll maybe if they insulted someone that people are laughing, I also start laughing. And if they ask me what am I laughing, what will I say?
yeah, I feel that.
So
I feel you.
I,
Yeah.
I feel embarrassed like going to gatherings and I don't get the
Mm,
language quite. At least it should be some gathering I've been
mm.
invited to by a friend, not our own.
Okay. Okay. And by the way, when you went to the village and maybe you went with somebody that you can speak either fluent English with or maybe fluent Arabic with, but I know most people in our villages do not speak these two languages fluently. And if you sit around people in the village, like you are sitting around your relatives, for example, and you keep speaking in English or maybe in Arabic. Sometimes in my experience, they will say, these people, I think they are boasting, or maybe they want to say they have a different class, or maybe they are talking down against us. Did you
Yeah.
experience like that? Like, what was it like for you?
Okay. The time I left from here,
Mm,
I already know some Monjang, little one.
mm, mm,
I can be able to tell people my name is so and so in Monjang. I can be
uh,
able to greet them like good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I can be able to greet them.
mm,
So these are the only things that saved me, like
mm.
from the what, from the
Okay.
gossips, like the things they will say about us.
Uh,
And I'd gone with my little sister. We
uh-huh.
both don't speak Monjang, so
Ah,
we created our own room. We can
okay.
stay alone by ourselves. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's the
Wow.
thing. And my uncle's wife speaks Arabic, but
Uh,
she hardly speaks it with us because our uncle gave her
uh.
strict rules. Don't speak to these kids in Arabic. Speak to them in Tongmonjan.
Was that an attempt to make you guys learn Tumonja?
Yeah, that was an attempt to make us learn. But then, it's hard to put knowledge into someone who's already aged.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
Juliana, that brings me to another. Sorry, I'm speaking on you now.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go ahead or have another question. So
Okay.
many questions. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Maybe
Uh-huh.
someone will be wondering, what
Mm,
happened to this? Like she can't speak Tamonja. Okay, fine. This is it. I was
mm,
born in Tombra, that is a Western Equatorial State.
uh-huh,
Um, I stayed in Tombra like when I was 8 months. We moved from Tombra to Maridi.
uh-huh,
We stayed. We didn't take long. We went to Yambio.
uh-huh,
From Yambio, we also shifted from there. We came to Anzara.
mm.
There's this place in Western Equatoria. It's called Kotobi. We stayed there for some time. We came to Barnam.
Okay,
I don't know how many people have heard of that place.
I've
So
heard of it. Uh,
it was hard for us like to pick exactly what language should we speak in.
uh,
We didn't know which
uh,
language to.
yeah.
Our dad, our dad was a soldier, so it made things hard for us. My mom was also a businesswoman, so most of the times we're left home alone.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the few Tongmonjang, like, there's something funny about kids those days.
Mm.
Uh, we learned by saying the bad things. When you hear a kid abusing, you
Yeah.
come home, you abuse, like,
Uh-huh.
okay, to be honest, the first word I knew from Dinka language was great.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like somebody does something to you, be like, whatever.
yeah, yeah. Okay, because most of our neighbors were from these guys of
Uh,
Adut. Most of them,
ah,
they
okay,
were
okay.
our previous neighbors. So
Mm.
all the time, they could beat their children and be like, I'm the Gwaitar or something of that kind. So those were the only things running in our
Yeah,
mind. We'll come to,
that's typical Dinka Monjang there,
yeah,
child.
we were playing, then we'll be like, I'm a Gwaitar. So our dad will be like, no, don't say that. That's an insult in our own language. Okay, we were like, okay, it's an obvious thing in so and so's home, so why
Mm,
are you telling us not to use this one? So he started telling us in our language, it means
mm,
this, this, and that. So we left it like that, or we we don't say it anymore. We know it was a bad thing. So we asked him, what can we say instead of that?
Yeah.
So the little time we had with him, like he told us how to greet. That was the only thing our dad taught us. Until date,
Okay.
the rest of the things we got it for ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. And now I see, Juliana, you born in Western Equatoria and also growing up in Western Equatoria to some extent. How did you miss out? How did you miss out on the Bari parts of your family? Why was it possible for you to speak the Bari language? Because you were born in Equatoria and grew up here. Yeah.
Okay. My grandfather, who's my mom's dad, he's a principal. He's a teacher.
Okay.
So he had a library. There are books in Arabic, in English, and there are books in Bari. So in the evening when he comes home, like sometimes when we go and spend time with our grandparents, so we get the privilege like to go to him because most of the books, these Bari books, they are more of singing than reading.
Okay.
Yeah, like there are these books where you can, there are these books like Jada Aderjamuri, Poni Aderja. These are some things. These are things you can read, but then it's simple when you put them in a music way.
Okay.
When you're singing, it's the memory captures it so fast.
Okay.
So he could take us and he gets for us the book and he starts reading for us. Then that's how we go to learn the Bari language more than the Dinka. Then from there, from Maridi, we came to Yei. We stayed in Yei like for 1 month. Then we went to Uganda. So the Bari and the rest of the languages were left the border.
Okay.
So we went to Uganda. That's where I started my class 1 until class 4. Then we came back to South Sudan. So in Arua, they used to teach like in the government schools, like from class 1 to class 3, they teach the Lugbara language. So
okay.
The 3 years they were teaching us Lugbara language, and the 3 years we never came to South Sudan. We were all in Uganda, like from 2008 until 2010, we were there. So the 3 years in the neighborhood, we speak only Lugbara and this Arabic Nubi.
What's that?
The Nubian Arabic. There's this Nubian Arabic.
Okay.
Yeah, because the area was saying it's a Muslim kind of area, and the Nubians were very many there. So the only language we spoke then was Lugbara and this Nubian Arabic.
Oh, okay. How old were you, Juliana, if I may ask, when you crossed over to Uganda?
Okay, when I went to Uganda 2008, I was 9 years.
You were still young,
I was 9 years by now.
Yeah, you were young, but then, okay. Yeah. Wow, okay.
So the brain kept being disturbed, like from this, you want to capture this, but then you somehow disturbed. Okay, you're forced to drop that language and learn another one. So it became so difficult for us to cope up which language exactly do we take. Our dad hardly speaks to us in Cambodian.
Okay. I see now. And actually, why would he not speak to you in Tumanja?
Okay, my dad, it's also a funny story about him. My dad came to Equatorial when he was 16 years. That was when he joined the army.
Wow.
I don't know whether it was Bashir Army or it is Anyanya one. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined the army when he was 16 years. Most of his livelihood was just here in Equatorial. And by the way, all his wives were from Equatorial. He had 3 wives, and all of them are from Equatorial. He never married a Dinka wife.
Wow.
So, yeah, he never
nice.
married.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just he cannot speak to us in Tangmanian because he knows we don't speak Tangmanian. And him himself, he was even forgetting the language. He was now speaking this language. He doesn't speak the Ngok language. No.
Yes.
The difference between the Ngok language and the ones from Barkazar. Then when we came to South Sudan in 2010 for holidays, that was when our mom passed on. We came to the burial. Then there were some guys who came from the village.
Mm.
Our cousins, they came from the village to school in Yei. So we got the privilege, like the 2 months we spent in Yei, we got like we got to know that the language our father speaks is a different one from the one they speak. So
Okay.
we were interested to learn the language they're speaking. When these people speak, it feels so sweet. You be like, I want to speak, but it's hard.
Yeah, I feel it. Okay.
You really want to speak, but then
Mm.
it's hard to. So I kept forcing myself, like I really want to learn. I just want to learn. That's where I belong. That's my identity. Yeah, because the
Okay.
name alone does not give me the identity. Because I tell
Mm.
people I'm calling, they be like that. You don't speak the language. So what's the use of keeping the name? You see that?
Actually,
So I
that is
really,
the next question I want to ask you, Juliana, because from your name and say like the way people meet now on social media, and I would just see your name, Juliana Adut, and I would want to say like have a conversation with you, for example,
yeah, yeah.
and then it turns out that even with your name Adut McGill, you still do not speak
Mhm.
Kumonja. Like, have you
Yeah,
had an experience somebody may be trying to reach out to you and then find out why this is a totally different thing? It's not what that person was expecting. Like the name is
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
like perceptive, and yeah, maybe you have an experience around that you want to share.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, I give a round of applause to Mawood. Whenever he calls me, he starts to speak to me in Pamonjang, and I tell
Wow,
him, "Don't give up. Just
good job.
keep telling me. If
Uh-huh.
I don't understand, you just explain to me and tell me that, yeah, this is what it means." So I thank him for that because I'm learning
Awesome.
day by day. At least one word
Okay.
a day. It's fun. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And let me ask you another question, Juliana. Like if I were to talk to you and then feel that, hey, yeah, you say you're Monja, but now you can't speak, and also like not properly the way you would expect a typical Dinka or maybe a typical Bari kid to speak. And then do people sometimes say to you things like, hey, you are lost, like this person is lost, and the Monja would be like Ranchimar, nothing that you're lost. Yeah.
But by the way, they're calling me half caste,
Ah.
and I welcome it that way. Because yeah, I really
Yeah.
am a half caste.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you
I
took
don't feel
yourself.
bad.
Uh,
I don't feel bad when people call me that you're an half caste.
uh-huh.
It's okay. But
Okay.
there was one person who called me an outcast, and that person really annoyed me, and I had to block that person on every
Outcast.
platform. Yeah, on every platform we were sharing
Uh-huh.
with that person. I blocked him like in all.
Uh,
Yeah, because I'm not an outcast.
uh,
Why would someone call me an outcast when I'm not?
uh.
Please, and half caste, it makes sense, yeah, but not an
Yeah.
outcast.
Outcast. Yeah, that's a bit brutal. Yeah, with the
Yeah,
with the half cast, yeah, half. When we were in Kenya, I had friends. I had one friend actually, whose mom was a Kenyan and dad was an Indian. And when he would want to introduce himself, would be like, "Hey, my name is," and I'm an, like I'm half caste. So he was proud to be like half caste. Something Kenyan about him and something not Kenyan about him. He was very okay with it. And maybe it's the same take for you, right? You are happy
yeah,
that you
yeah,
are half Dinka and half bad, right?
yeah. But then
Mm,
I'm halfway Dinka.
mm,
No, I don't say I'm halfway Dinka.
yeah,
I say I'm a Dinka. I don't tell people I'm halfway Dinka and halfway bad. I,
uh,
I tell people I'm a Dinka. Yeah, because
okay.
that's why I am. No matter the fact that my mom is a Bari,
Uh,
I'm not a Bari. I'm a Dinka. Yeah. Then I respect my mother's side. I'll just tell
uh.
people I'm a Dinka, but my mom is a Bari. It makes sense that way. But I cannot tell people I'm half a Dinka and half a Bari. It makes no sense completely. Yeah. Because I cannot be half. Okay, if I say I'm halfway Dinka and halfway Bari, then it means I have two fathers.
Okay,
That's all.
okay. Well, that could be another meaning here in South Sudan, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And okay, and
yeah.
your uncles or your relatives who are Bari also, they don't they take you as one of them, like you know? this is one of us.
Well,
Therefore, you become bad in that case.
okay. By the way, that's one of the things. Yeah. The people we spent most of our times with, like growing up and knowing who we are, it's people from our other side.
Okay.
These are the people we know most.
Uh-huh.
And right now, as I'm talking to you, I stay with my maternal uncles. I don't stay with my
Okay.
dad's people, because we don't know them. They only came when we were already big, and they were, you know, there's this mentality like, my dad has like 5 girls who were all girls, 5.
Okay.
So yeah, when they knew that my dad has a lot of guys, so they could be coming there. Many of them, they'd be like, "I'm your uncle, I'm your so and so," and this and that.
Okay.
Just take it like easy on them, because they are my people. Yeah, I always say hi to them. I go back to where I know I belong. Yeah.
Okay.
Because when we were growing up, we never knew they existed. Now we're big, they're which makes no sense.
Wow. Okay. And by the way, I just thought to ask you another random question. Like, do you feel there's something that's unique in you, like something you're really proud of right now, given the fact that your mom is a Bari and your father is a Dinka? Unlike people whose parents come from the same within community. Like, do you have that one particular thing you say, "Hey, this makes me stand out"?
Oh, okay. I cannot say I have this unique thing about me being a Dinka or something. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's this one thing people tell me that makes me unique like others. If you look at my face, you will just know that, I don't know how many people see that, but then some people tell me when they look at my face, they see a Dinka in me.
Okay.
But when they look at my height and my body, they just see a Nicotine.
Okay. Are they trying to insist that you are half Dinka and half Equatorial? Are they trying to insist that way?
Okay, they're trying to insist like my height is not for a Dinka.
Okay.
Some people could make fun of me. They'll be like, this short girl here now, how many cows will they marry you with? I'd be like, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter the height. What matters is that, okay, I don't know what matters. And then it doesn't matter. The height doesn't matter anyway.
Okay.
So they told me your face is for Dinka. Your skin, your melanin skin is a Dinka one. We don't complain that. But then this shape is not for Dinka. You're pure and Equatorian. I could feel like it's okay, but the fact still remains that I'm a Dinka.
Okay.
So when people tell me I look like an Equatorian, I tell them I'm a Dinka. Some people get pissed off, like they get annoyed. But I'm happy that way.
Okay.
I can't be hiding myself there.
Okay. And by the way, I have another question for you, Julie. If for example you have your kids, and then the world now is becoming like a small community, and you could have your kids growing up in Kenya or maybe growing up in Rwanda or somewhere else, and maybe they will want to get married off there. What would be your reaction?
Marriage is not something you can choose for kids. It's their choice.
Okay.
What the heart wants is what it really wants. And you cannot be like, my kids should not be married to this country, to this tribe, or to a foreigner because I was lost. And I was lost here. That was my parents making. So let them go and start their own family and let them raise their children in the way they want it to be raised.
Okay.
Me, I cannot stop my kid that you don't marry from this tribe and don't marry from that tribe. Okay. It's never my problem. As long as she's happy of what she wants, or he is happy of what he really wants, let him go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Juliana, for sharing your experience. I think we have people in the audience here who would want to have maybe questions, want to ask you, and maybe share similar experiences. There could be somebody also who is coming from diversified homes, like people whose parents are from different communities. Maybe we'll give the audience a chance. Hey guys, please, if you would like to talk, raise your hand and then unmute and ask a question or maybe share an experience. Please go ahead. No courageous ones. Yes, I see Mahmoud right there. Mahmoud, go ahead, unmute and please go ahead.
Okay, thanks one again. It is truly inspiring a story that you share with us. As an outcast of a tribe, to us is a sign of unity.
Yes.
In that form.
Mm-hmm.
Today she can be Fajulu, tomorrow is a Dinka, next tomorrow she be that Barry, in which it is inspiring things. Now, as you are doing, you talk of knowing the languages in which you don't know Pajulu, you don't know Dinka, and you don't know Barry.
Yeah.
Not that you little, not knowing them well.
Yeah.
So as a person with the experience of 3 communities coming together, in case you found maybe I'm as I am, maybe I met Fajulu and Bari or other tribe that we came to colliding, we had misunderstanding. How could you use that that background of unity within you to bring us together at our community that are misunderstanding?
Okay.
Thank you, Mahmoud, for your question. Elaine, would you like to respond, or you want to hear from another person and then you combine the two?
Yeah, it's okay. Let me just respond straight away.
Okay.
Like
before you respond, okay. Before you respond, we are requesting for you, please, if you could not mind.
Pardon?
Before you respond, we wish to see your video. We are like 3 hours for it.
Okay. Let me find a better place because where I am, the light is really hitting direct to the phone. Let me find a better place, then I can put on my video.
Yeah, maybe Juliana, you can still speak, and then when we are about to close, you could still show your face to the audience. I understand it could be a bit of logistics issue. Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, so you can still go ahead. Yeah.
So for Mahmoud, I know like for instance, you get into trouble with someone, and I use my background to bring unity among you guys. Yeah, and one thing about these conflicts and bringing peace to people, peace is not just something like reconciling people from a dispute. It's not an easy thing. Yeah. Maybe I can come from there and be like, okay, you guys, you're looking at me like this. I'm a Dinka, I'm a Bari, and I'm a Pojulu. So, I want to bring you guys together, and I would have to bring a story. Maybe I will tell a story to you guys. Maybe someone might pick something out of it and be like, oh, there's no need for me to fight this person and that. And there are people who will be like, this is just a useless thing. That's just marriage. So why should you tell me your story for me to have unity with someone when I have disputes over? I think that's all I can say.
Okay. Thank you very much. I see Philip also has a question for you, Juliana. So hold on for him. Philip, if you can go ahead. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good evening, members. I'm very glad to be with you, and at least I have heard very fantastic story from Julian. However, I have two questions. Julian, looking at how you come about to the extent now you are telling us the testimony.
Yeah.
How do you think, how does it help you in that particular situation, looking at your own perspective? Does it mean that you feel isolated? how does it reflect in terms of impact into your life? I mean, your life individually as well. Two,
Yes.
I think I was talking of two questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two is what can you tell us in the room as a members of this platform? How does that reflect into our life based on this current context of South Sudan generally? How does it impact into our life as young of today generation?
Thank you. Wow,
Oh,
Philip,
okay.
there's noise coming from your from your screen right now. Maybe you can mute back, and then Juliana will take it over. Thank you. Juliana, go ahead.
Yeah. I like to go straight to Philip there, and to me, I don't feel isolated right now because I'm free to go anywhere I want to go. If I decide like today I need to go and see my Pogulu family, I'm free to go there. And they know I don't speak the language, so they will speak to me in the language I understand because they know part of them. I'm one of them. So I don't feel isolated anymore. Uh, though they speak in the language sometimes, I get it, but I cannot respond to them. So I don't feel isolated anyways. That's to my own perspective. I don't feel isolated. I feel so free. I feel so comfortable. So there's no isolation there. I don't feel humiliated, but some maybe some other ways I feel so, but I don't feel so much isolated, so much humiliated. And
Okay.
to use my background like in this current context of South Sudan, you know, me, being exposed to like three tribes. Yeah, maybe I can tell people, like the Dinka community, how sweet the Equatorians are. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but, the
Mhm.
engine, they will be, what does it mean? They say that the Dinkas move naked. That was one thing that kept running in our minds when we were kids. But now I can tell a story like the Dinkas are not the people you think they are. They
Mhm.
don't move naked. It's something that is way gone back in the days. It's not there anymore. So I can tell my family, you people, the Dinkas are not what you take them to be. They are very sweet people. They are this, and that. And to the Dinkas also, I can tell them, people, you cannot just call these people dogs. Yeah, they are people. They are human beings like us. So let's see how sweet they are. Imagine you came from your from your place, from your villages. You came and married their daughters, and they never asked you for any cows. They never even fought you. So why do you want to fight them up? Look at the sweetness, the love they have for unity. You know,
Mhm.
and most Dinkas they've married Equatorians, and most Equatorians they fear the Dinkas because if you marry a Dinka lady, you might end up in Britain, or you might be asked to pay a lot of cows and kind of things, which they fear like
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
really want to get to the Dinka part. So
Okay.
this story can bring unity, the sweetness on both sides and the
Mm.
understanding. I can be a mediator, yeah. I go to when the Bahari people are having issues with the Kojul, I'll be like, people,
Mm.
I belong to both communities, so why do you fight? I'm a daughter of both. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can, I can be a mediator among them, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Juliana. I have Dengbo raising his hand right now. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
give the mic to him, and then yeah. So go ahead, Deng.
All right. Thank you, John. I'm happy to be in the room. Well, my question goes to Juliana. I
Yeah.
believe you're familiar with the stereotypes associated with being born by parents from different ethnicities. For instance, in the Jain context, people make demeaning remarks about children whose moms come from Equatoria, where everything bad they do is attributed to their mom's ethnic background, which I believe is a poor perception. what was it like growing up? Did you experience it from your maternal, like your maternals too? Or was it from the dad side, or you actually didn't experience it at all? And how did you navigate it?
Please respect their right. Give them what they want.
I guess I can see there's an interruption right there, but I think we can go ahead with the discussion, guys. Yeah, Deng, I think you asked a very, very, very good question there. Sometimes, you know, if something goes wrong with an individual, nobody would like to take accountability for that. They will say, this one because mom is this way, or maybe because the father comes from this community, that's why she's behaving like that, or maybe the mom comes from this community, that's why she's getting this character from, you know, things like that. I believe this is true. I don't know, maybe somebody else would like to share their experiences. Yeah. Yeah, Mahmoud, would you like to say something? I see you raise your hand again.
Okay. I want to share the experience on the issue of stereotype, as
Yes.
my colleagues have asked it. We knew most of us, like you may find yourself that your mom is from different, though the all Dingas, you may find that is Dinga from the other side.
Yeah,
or
by the way.
Right.
Right.
So from that point, you found that according to our Dinga context, they're always like anything that the boy or the girl did, they're always attributed to the mother. And always the abuse goes back to the maternal section, in which like if you do wrong thing, you always go through those kind of stress over to the mother, in which at a point you find all the blames goes to the mother, and you feel that you are guilty of that being from that section of mothers, in which it is always it gives us most of condition which is stress always. We go through mental torturing. At a point, you find yourself when they can deny you a right chance because your mom is not within them, and your behaviors is different.
True.
And to like Juliana mostly, okay, that a person holding all those grudges, all those pain within herself, and because she's a lady, there's no way that she can omit them. So she can have them in heart, and she will keep on indwelling with a pain within her. In that case, they're always in psychological torturing. That's what I could say from that point.
Okay. Yeah. As I see Juliana is back. Juliana, we're talking about these stereotypes that people can carry, and Mahmoud carried on with the discussion where he said, like if for example something is going on wrong, like you do something wrong right now, they'll say, it's because his dad is Dinka, or maybe because mom is Bari, you know. He was saying that can cause mental torture. Maybe we would carry on from there. Elaine, you can carry on from there. You can hear us. Oh, maybe she's not hearing us. Yeah, Ngong, I can see James Ngong right there is raising his hand. So Ngong, go ahead. We can still record the question and give it to Juliana when she's back. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'll just go straight to to the point, I just want to give a live example of what happened. I think one of the colleagues already mentioned that the question of stereotype that all of us are aware, it has not been in our cultures. I mean, it has not been in practice where intermarriages, used to be there, but now they are happening. I had a colleague, not just a colleague, but a cousin who was in Equatoria. This guy, I don't know whether you guys are you getting me?
Yes, clearly.
Yeah, that's good. So I just want to give an example. There's a cousin of mine who has been in Nimli. Let me just be specific. I am not mentioning the name. But this cousin of mine has been in Nimli for since 2006.
Okay.
When people from where they went to. To South Sudan, and he has been in Nimli. He hasn't married an Equatorian. Let me just be specific. And yes, they got a number of beautiful kids, and the guy has been staying there. He has not gone back home. You know, the perception with the people, especially the Dingas, some part of the Dingas, when you marry from other, let's say from other tribe, or maybe not their own, you're considered not married. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. We just need to be honest with this.
True, that's true.
Correct.
Yes,
very correct.
Despite the fact that this person got married, yes, he's producing, he has beautiful kids, his wife is very faithful, they're staying together, and the life is going well. Back at home, he's considered not married. You get a point?
Completely.
So
yes.
When this person came back home for a visit and was staying with people, there was this talking behind his back. When he's there, people don't tell him, they don't just face him and tell him this. But when he's not there, you find that people are just talking all those shits and all this, that when you marry Equatorian, you're not married. You're not considered married. You get a point?
Yes.
So his other brother back home, yes, they are married to other Dinka ladies and all this kind of thing. You see, to some point, this guy, when he came back for the second visit, when he came back home, he has to get married to a second wife, who is now at home. You get the point? So the whole thing here, I understand. Get to him that people are saying he's not married because he didn't marry from his own people, from Dinka tribe. So there is that kind of isolation where people are not encouraging these intermarriages, which we all believe that it is, it's bring unity. That's not how people at home are not looking at it. So I think it's our role, as Juliana has explained a lot of example, and some of the colleagues already mentioned, it's our role and responsibility to ensure that we have to change this perception from our people. And as we speak, my cousin has a second wife who is at home, and it was not his intention to get married to a second wife within this, Because of people thinking that he's not married because he's married in Equatorial, he has to do this so that he's considered married. We have to look into this. I have a question that I was to ask, which I think it was already asked because I went out and I don't know whether it was asked by other colleagues. This question goes direct to Juliana. It's about this kind of experience, whether she's isolated or not. I don't know whether it was already asked or not, but she has to mention us whether she's facing those challenges, whether people look at her as because her mother comes from different background. Whether yes, there is that kind of isolation from her brothers, or not. This is one of the things she has to mention to us, and we have also to see to it that how can we change this perception so that we can marry from anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ngong. I really appreciate your question. I think and also for the experience you shared there with your cousin, growing up and marrying in Equatoria and having kids here, like that is a very unique case there. I don't know, Juliana, whether you are getting us, because there's a question that is just directed to you right now. And if you want to put up your video, it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. But if you're not getting us, maybe the audience can still react to what Ngong said. Maybe Ngong, I can take it up from the question where you said, is she feeling isolated? Yeah, she mentioned earlier before that, yeah, sometimes she might want to, keep off a bit, but generally she identifies with her family. And also she mentioned before that her dad married 3 wives, and all of them are Equatorians. So I guess it's a wider, it's a wide family of people coming from different backgrounds. So I would want maybe within the family, the level of acceptance or recognition with high esteem could be high in the family. But for the community side, that is the tricky part, I would say. Yeah. All right, guys, anybody with another question or any other experience, you know, a neighbor who might have that kind of experience, go ahead and share. But just respecting their privacy also. Yeah. Okay, maybe Julian, you can throw in a chat if you are hearing us. You can say hi back to us, and we're actually about to close. All right, guys. I think maybe at this point we can give it final wrap up, and then we might want to close it. I can see a phone ID Oppo A93. You can go ahead and speak.
Oh, hi guys, can you hear me?
Very clearly.
We are here.
Okay, this is BR.
Hey, yeah.
Hi.
Please go ahead.
I've been following the story, and it's really a very interesting story, and it's something that really resonates with most of us. And her story is really a very powerful story. And before I can even go to what I wanted to say, I just want to tell her that she's not half. She's not
Yeah.
half. I can say she's two, man. Yeah,
That's a
she's
good one.
Dinka and
Yeah.
she's Equatorian as well. So
Yes. Yes.
I really want to tell her that she's not half, and she's Dinka as much as she's Equatorian too, because
Yeah.
we need to really move on from us trying to suppress that other
Mhm.
side of us. You know, culturally with the Dinka people, you know, especially once your maternal family is from another tribe, that's when it becomes worse. They do not want you to associate with it. You just want to be just Dinka.
Yeah.
But in the contemporary world, we and biologically we are made up of both. You understand? It's
Right.
just culturally that you belong to one side. But that is the spirit of Junubin actually.
Mhm.
And if we look around, there are so many intermarriages that are ongoing. And as some of our colleagues were mentioning, there are still stereotypes attached to marrying from another tribe. It is still that, especially the Nilotic people, the Dinka, the Nuer, they have that mentality that you
Mhm.
need to marry from within. And back in the day, they had genuine reasons actually. If you were to go back and understand why they never wanted people to marry far
Mhm.
away from their kinsmen, they had
Mhm.
legit reasons. But those reasons, they are no longer relevant at this point.
Right.
All right. But back in the day, they really had a very genuine reason. But just like back in the day, people never wanted to go to America because they used to tell us that if you go to America, you will never come back. You will never come back. And I remember back in Kakuma, people never
Mhm.
wanted to go to America until one person went to America and came back to the camp. They were like, oh, so people can actually come back. And people started going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the same way, like those fears and those stereotypes, they
Mhm.
can only be broken down if young people adopt a different mindset.
Okay.
Just do whatever you feel is right. If you are in love, man, you're in love. It doesn't matter where they come from. That's your wife, and just stand firm. And once they begin to see that actually there is no problem with you marrying from another tribe, you know,
Mhm.
people will start now. Okay, they will start breaking down those barriers from their minds and all that.
Right.
But if, if we still get held back by these stereotypes without us trying to face them head on, we'll just be here talking, talking, talking. But in reality, we don't do what we preach. So I really want to commend Adut for coming out. Yeah, she's actually more South Sudanese than most of us because we just Dinka. and how she benefits from the other side.
Yep.
And something beautiful having
True.
families from different tribes. So, but one
Awesome.
thing, I want also to thank you, Ngong, for creating this platform for such beautiful stories. They inspire people. They allow people even to get to know more about what they did not know. They get to learn things, and they help. And it is terrible being to be fit in a traditional Dinka setting, and your mom is from another side, and worst of all, if you cannot speak the language, it's really a very difficult situation. But her coming out, there's a way it loosens up. There's a way it makes her feel a bit relaxed. And one thing we should do is, as young people, trying to prove that there is nothing wrong with marrying from another tribe. Whether they say you're married or not, it's all about you. We have people like the late Elijah Malok. His wife is from Equatoria. His first wife is from Equatoria. And all her children, all the children are successful people. There's nothing wrong. Actually, you cannot say you're more Dinka than them. And there is actually nothing in being more Dinka. There's nothing in it.
Yep.
Again, at the end of the day, it boils down to personality and all that. And it has nothing to do with the tribe at the end of the day. So it's a beautiful story. It really irons out. It sheds light to the problems that we really face as a society. I don't have a question for Adut, but I just want to appreciate Adut for coming out and continue to support her, continue being strong in this fight. We shall surely win it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And welcome back, Juliana.
Yeah,
we carried on with the discussion. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. So there was one question that I tried to answer on your behalf, and I did not do well at it. It was like, do you feel isolated?
No, I don't feel isolated. I don't feel humiliated. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, then I did well.
I'm comfortable the way I yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I think we have come to the end of our Too Cool session today, and it has been amazing hosting you guys. And thank you, Juliana, for sharing your story. Thank you, people and everyone here, each and every person here, for giving us the time, giving us the stories that you shared. And we are going to meet again in the same Zoom room, same passcode, same login link next Saturday, same time. And by the way, we have a Facebook page. It's called Too Cool School. So you can go like and get updates from there every time we post new information. And you can also, this is now recorded and it's going to be posted on YouTube. So you can also visit on your own free time. Yeah, and then enjoy it. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ngong, for having me here. And maybe my last words to people who are like me.
Yes.
Yeah, I know there are so many people who are facing the same challenges as I am, but I want to tell you guys, it's not easy to be called an half caste, and it's not easy to be a Dinka and you don't speak your language, you don't know where you hail from. I tell you, I just want to tell them that there's nothing good about it. There's nothing being full Dinka, and there's nothing being there's no good thing, there's no prize given out, but then you just need to know that this is where I belong from. Though I don't speak the language, though I don't know the culture, but this is my identity, this is where I belong to. Not knowing your language should not force you to deny your identity. The people who don't speak the language, they'll be like, I don't speak that language, so what tells me that I'm from there? So the language I know, I can tell people, okay, if I speak Zande language, I tell people I'm a Zande because I speak the language, but I'm not really a Zande. I belong to a certain tribe. Just because I don't know the language from that doesn't mean that you should deny your identity. Maybe if you have faith, me, I really want to learn my language. If I'm given a chance, like if I'm presented a chance to learn Bari or Dinka language, I rather go for the Dinka language. I really need to learn the Dinka language. And if there's anyone who is willing to teach me, you're welcome. I'm ready to learn.
Thank you very much, Juliana. And we really appreciate you. Thanks also for adding in the new, those new insights there, very important.
Yeah.
So we'll give you the close from here, guys. Thank you. We thank everyone who logged in from Bor, from Bargazal, from Juba, everywhere. So have a good night, and we are going to close it up from here. Thank you, Juliana. Have a good night,
Thank
everyone.
you so much. Yeah, have a good night.
Okay.
And happy Sunday in advance.
Yeah, happy Sunday to everyone tomorrow. It's Sunday, guys.
Oh my God, people are requesting for my face.
Yeah, you want to show your face once. But if the lighting is not so good, it's fine, I would say. Yeah. Guys, you can also follow Juliana on Facebook.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook actually by names of Juliana Adut. I have 2 accounts on Twitter, Juliana Adut, and Instagram, the same name, Juliana Adut. Awesome. My WhatsApp number, maybe if you connect with me, I can give you that.
Thank you very much.
You guys. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And have a good night.
Have a good night. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.